Okay guys, welcome to and welcome back. Today's video, I am making a skirt and top set. And so here I'm just trying to position it to where I'm using as less fabric as possible. We don't want to be wasteful. So now I'm just taking my rotary cutter and I'm going around my pattern. Excuse me. So yeah, and I did that on the fold. I did that on the fold. And I also did the same thing with the fabric that I'm going to line it with, but I did that off camera to make for a shorter video. So now I'm just lining them up and I'm going to pin them and get ready to, I don't know if I stitch it, pin it, then stitch it, or if I just cut everything and then line it and then stitch it out. Yeah, that's what I end up doing. I stitch it out at the same time. So now I'm going over the bodice pattern. And for those who are new to my channel, yes, my patterns look a little off because I don't know the correct way how to do it. I've seen videos, but I just don't get it. So it works for me. This is how I make clothes for me. This fabric rather, caught my attention because I love a floral dress. I love, for some reason, just a floral dress. Like, don't give me a floral jumpsuit. Don't give me a floral. So I wanted to make this into a dress. That's where I'm going with this. But as you can see, it ends up being a two-piece. So I have to get better at making dresses. So now I'm doing the sleeves. And I prayed about that sleeve pattern, y'all, and God gave it to me. And so here where I think I went wrong was that I didn't line that up correctly. Maybe I should have turned that lined over, the lined fabric over. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just now getting up, just now getting my coffee while I'm doing this voiceover. So, yeah, so I didn't line that up correctly. And later on when I sew it, you'll see what happens because of that. So, yeah. So I did good this time, y'all. I made sure that I had the pins facing outward so I could grab them and snatch them as I was stitching. It just makes it go by easier, faster. This is what I've sewn so far. Both sides of the skirts with the lining. Both sides of the skirt, excuse me. So this is the seam, okay? And since I have to put elastic in here, I'm not gonna close it up yet because the elastic is gonna go right down here. Since this is, well, up here, this is the waist, and that's the bottom. Yep, but that's that. I just wanted to show you guys the what it looks like on this side. Uh-oh, little problem there, little problem. But that's okay, it's kind of blended in with the flowers. And I'm gonna give it a sew that hem down. Probably not. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the shirt, or the sleeves rather. Just gonna stitch around the sleeves, not gonna stitch them closed, but you know. I don't know what's that called, what the name of it is when you just stitching around it. It's like closing it up, sealing it, you know what I mean? So I gave myself a hem on that one. I need to give myself a hem on this one too. Anyway, so I'll do that off camera. Okay, so we're back to the drawing board. So I'm getting out my set of rulers because I have to add a piece. So And I think I want to use my hip curve ruler for this part and then just add like a little bit of paper to where it's lacking. But yeah, so the skirt it didn't go all the way around, which is strange. I say that because I can't really make the connection right now, but I was using that same skirt pattern with other previous outfits and it was big enough. I don't know if it's because the material stretched more, but it was big enough. Yeah, that piece right there wasn't, I'm just going to add a piece of paper right there and tape it together. Um, so yeah, so that kind of like threw me off and it kind of put a damper for a quick second because it was like, okay, I know I didn't just mess up this beautiful fabric with this too little skirt, but I'm just going to add another panel to it to extend it. Kind of reminds me of those dinner tables where it's like, okay, let's add the extender in there so that you can seat more people. So yeah. Okay, y'all, so this is a dress with a video coming up soon. This is what happens when I sculpt on while it's on the mannequin. That I was cutting while it was on the mannequin, y'all. I know I need to stick with the pattern, but that video will be up soon. And now I'm just making sure that it's gonna fit. Insurance. But no, like I was saying, I have a clip where I literally put both of those patterns, the new pattern over the old pattern, and they were the same. They were the same, except for one of them was more. Um, Let me see if I can insert a clip. Hold on. Okay, so I don't have the clip. That was like 5 videos ago. And since I record with my phone, I have to delete stuff for memory purposes. So, anywho, all I can say, it must have been the fabric of the material that it has less stretch. And if you happen to get to this point, that you want to make sure that when you're sewing, then again, I doubt this is a very unique situation, so I don't think anybody else would be in it. But just make sure that you line these up. Okay, so now I'm putting the elastic in there, and I'm just laying the elastic at the very top and giving myself some sewing seam allowance underneath the elastic. So now I'm just making sure that I have enough room. Okay, so I had a change of mind, and what I decided was to go underneath the elastic. What I was sewing elastic on was the eye patch thing, or the sleepwear eye patch thing. So that was a lot thinner than this. This is lined. Yeah, this is just a lot thicker. So I'm going to go right below onto the top, kind of like closing in the elastic. And then at the end of it, I'll just do a stitch across both ends of the elastic instead of just straight down the whole thing, because that was wear and tear on the needle, I guess. I don't know. But all right. Yeah, I'm just going to do this off camera, because every time I try to record this process, this happens, and I ain't got time for it. I don't know what's going on. Is the fabric like too heavy that it's not moving the needle along? Like, what is going on? Okay. I guess the fabric was too heavy or really heavy, and so it wasn't sliding through the machine like the normal, what I've normally experienced. So, ooh, let me take these out. So once I decided to just, you know, help assist the fabric a little bit, then it was fine. It went through. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there together, apparently. All right, so now that that's in there, just gonna give it a good 1-2 right across it. See, it did it. It even backstitched over it. I don't understand. So this is the remainder that is sticking out. Won't go any further because of that stitching right there. So now I'm going to go to the other end and do the same thing. I may pull it a little bit though. Since this end is still open. Okay, I thought it was open. I thought that was the open end. Apparently it's not. That was the first end that I stitched. So we're going to put down the presser foot, because if you don't put down the presser foot, it will also jam the fabric into the machine. I had to learn that the hard way. I was preoccupied with something on YouTube and didn't put the presser foot down and was wondering, what's wrong? What happened? All right. Then what? No, I'm not going to do it because I shouldn't have put the elastic on the waistband if it was going to be a dress. So that's going to be, that's my determining factor right there. I added the elastic, so it's a skirt. So now we're going to go ahead and stitch this side. We're going to close it up. Okay? It looks a little big, but we're going to take it in later. And the shirt is lined, like I said. Just want to show y'all. All right. So now, with the shirt being inside out, we're going to pin the sleeves to it. I'm a little nervous about this part, y'all. I'm a little nervous, I ain't gonna lie. So I want to make sure that I'm pinning the correct sleeve in the correct place. Okay. So this is the bottom of them because that has a hem on it. Does that one have? That one has a hem too. So I'm just going to place it over here this way. Y'all saw how I did that? Drape it in so it's both the wrong side out. This is the highest end of the corner. So obviously that's going to go at the top. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing over here. Grab those, pin them. This right here. The top of the corner. So, and it's inside out. Make sure that's like that. And I'm just going to do that like that to get it to stay. And this right here to get it to stay. All right. We're going to do one sleeve at a time, so I'm not going to worry about pinning that one. And we're just going to, I'm just going to set this right in here like so. And you see how I'm connecting the outside with the outside, the blue with the blue? I want to make sure that that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to fold it up like this, just to make sure. And pin it where it needs to be. So far, I'm feeling good about everything. I knew once I got over that hurdle of making the patterns that everything else would be a lot easier and a lot more satisfying, because I could actually finish stuff that I could wear with confidence. I know I said that a few times. I was like, oh, I'm wearing this out. I'm wearing this out. But when it actually came time to wear it out, it was like, I need to do a little bit more doctoring up of it. All right. So I want to make sure I don't have no holes. Pin that right there. I find that pinning is actually can really work in your favor. If you pin correctly, you can trust your judgment and you don't have to second think it when you are sewing, because you know that you have it pinned in the right area. So pinning takes the hoping out. I hope it turns out good. You know it's going to turn out pinned in the right spot. All right. Got a little bit more to go. Making sure the blue is with the blue, because we don't want that white poking through. All right. And now I am trying to make sure that it's, like I said, no holes. It's kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say the fabric is bunching up, but I don't know. Trying to pin two circles together, circular shapes. You see that right there? It's kind of gathering right there. But I'm gonna pin it anyway. I'm gonna pin the gathers. All right, so now let's go ahead and take this to the sewing machine. I'm gonna pin right here because I see a little space. I don't want it to be no confusion. I want to sew with the purpose. Look at that. I should stitch that now too. Are y'all still watching? Y'all can't see nothing. All right, so this is the little sleeve area. It's giving a winter outfit, y'all. I mean, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to come right out and say it. But it's giving a winter outfit because now that everything has been pinned, it's going to be a little hot. I mean, not pinned, but lined. It's going to be a little snug as a bug and a rug. I think that's good. I think that's enough pins. All right. So now I'm going to take that to the sewing machine. Oh. I see a spot. Okay. Yep. I'm not going to turn it inside out like that, but that would be a good idea to turn it inside out just to see what it's going to come out like. Can y'all see? Just imagine it's already sewn. Looks good to me. I don't see any. Let me see that fabric right there. I want to make sure I push that in. Where is that at? Right here. We're going to put a pin right there. All right. So now if I turn it back inside out, it should be ready to be stitched because we already saw what the outcome was going to be. We're not worried about that lining right there. Not going to worry about that. We just want to make sure the blue is touching the blue and the white ain't poking through. Okay, so we've come into a problem. This is obviously the inside of the shirt. And I wasn't worried that this part wasn't connected. That would have been nice had it had been. But I wasn't too worried about it. However, as you can see when we turn it right side out, doing this with one hand, doing pretty good for one hand. Okay, so now that it's right side out, now how did that happen? How is the blue not connected when I specifically made sure the blue was connected? It's all sewn and everything, but I don't know. Y'all see that? I'm not worried about the messy thread. That comes with time. That goes away with time. Because in some places it's super neat. But yeah, it's the bottom stitching of it, or the bottom of the sleeve. You know what I mean. All right, so I'm about to put the other sleeve on. Here's the reveal. This is where the lining stops. This is where the lining stops. Let's see, where's my scissors? I wonder if I'm supposed to clip the loose threads immediately or at the end, or anyway. So the sleeves, the neckline, I'm trying to figure out why it feels like it's doesn't have one. So that's the back. And I was thinking it's given like I just pulled that shirt over my head, messed up my brows was already. Anyway, let's keep it going. Do I need to add any darts to take anything in? I feel like this is giving a relaxed outfit, so I don't think I'm gonna put any darts in it, but those two lines right there where I added that little side skirt, if I put them in the front, this is what it looks like. The curve from the pattern is right here, so it kind of sticks out a little bit, protrudes. So I don't feel comfortable with it being right there. And if I put it in the back, then there's another curve from the pattern right here. I feel like the only place that little extra piece is acceptable, because see, it's like right here, from here to here. I don't know. I feel like it's only acceptable on that one side. That's weird. Maybe I should take the skirt in. Maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. Maybe I'm done with this. Maybe that's it. The neckline. It might have been down too far. get a good look at these shoulders, y'all. The sleeves. I have to look at the positive on things. So the positive is this is the best I've ever done with sleeves. It's lined. Now I know that I don't have to necessarily have the interfacing, which is, let's see. I don't know. I want to say the interfacing is, for me right now, in this season, the interfacing seems to be a little bit more difficult to work with. Only because I'm not familiar with that type of fabric or material. But stitching the lining where it's just like, I could have made a dress. No, I couldn't have made a dress out of that. That's way too thin. But it's fabric. So I'm just stitching fabric with fabric, like material with material, clothing with clothing. I'm tired, y'all. I need a nap.